Hello, hello. We are back with another episode from Tales from the Tavern. I'm so excited. Hi. As you can see, we have a special guest with us tonight. It's Nicola, and she's the special guest. No. We have a full house and then some tonight. We're going to go around in just a minute and do introductions. And first thing that I just want to shout out, in case anybody missed it last week or on Wednesday, we have a new channel partner, which is very exciting. We've partnered with Gemmed Firefly, and oh yes, special guest Molly. Hi, Molly. And we have partnered with Gemmed Firefly for 15% off at the shop. So if you visit the website gemmedfirefly.com, you can get all kinds of cool merch there. So feel free to stop by. Use the code SHAREDEXP and you'll get 15% off. So I just want to make sure I shout that out. Now, we're going to get started. I'm going to go around and I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves. And Doug, we're going to start with you.
All right, y'all. My name's Doug. You can find me as DougGBQ on Twitter, and that's the only place you can find me because I'm an old man and I do not do social media. I do, however, do a D&D podcast called Good Better Quest, and I am very, very proud of that show, and you guys should listen to it because it's pretty good. So yeah, DougGBQ on Twitter, and I'm really excited to be here.
I am very excited to have you. And for anybody looking, Doug is currently taking commissions for voice work, so.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to even say that. I'll talk for you for money, guys.
Yeah. And next we'll go over to Jim.
Hello, I'm Jim. I'm at Jim the Dim, I think everywhere. At least everywhere I am, I'm at Jim the Dim. I've been working too much. Work life sucks, but I'll be coming back soon. And lots of new content, lots of new stuff, new campaign, 2 new campaigns actually, coming out to a podcast, and then also some other adventure stuff and supplement stuff.
That is exciting.
I think, yeah. I've been using my away time to be productive, or at least try to.
Awesome. Well, I am excited that you're here again. I'm looking forward to getting to chat. Also, yesterday was Jim's birthday, so happy birthday, Jim!
Happy birthday, Jim!
Happy birthday, Jim! It seems like every time I have Jim on the show, he's got some like big life event happening. The last time he was on, he had like just gotten married or something. I don't know, whatever. So, so just keep having fun events, and you'll get to come on the show. And next we'll go over to Katie, who also has...
I have Maxine with me today.
Yay, Maxine!
Say hi. Little Paul, hi. Hi. Hi, I'm Katie Machen. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter under that handle. I play Bo on 50 Shades of Crimson. Yeah. I have a cool dog. I just got her yesterday.
I think she's super cute.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you brought Maxine, and hopefully she doesn't like try to eat your hair or anything during the stream.
Oh, it's entirely possible.
All right. Next we'll go over to Nicola.
Hi, I'm Nicola. Nicola the Druid on Twitter and Instagram, but I don't use it. This is Hank Johnson. He's more liked than I am. He also has an Instagram. Hank Johnson the cat. Anyways, you can find me hanging out over at the Backwater Bastards. BW Bastards on Twitter, backwaterbastards.com for our website. This is going to end poorly. One moment. There we go. All right. You can also find me on Good Better Quest, on their Good Better Side Quest, where we're playing the Offworlders game. And you can also find me as the producer for an audio drama called The Sonova Project, currently on hiatus to be releasing later this year, and I'm super excited for it.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming on. And we have our one and only first time guest tonight. Dan is with us.
Oh yeah, no pressure to follow any of this up. So, no, I'm Dan. You can find me on Twitter at caffeinated_Dan. I'm also part of a nonprofit called Creators Assemble, where we do a lot of work with comics and pop culture and TTRPGs and education and supporting creators so they can get paid and a whole bunch of good stuff that would take me a good solid 2 hours to list out everything we do. So just check us out at our website, creatorsassemble.org, or you can also find us on Twitter at creatorsassemble.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on and hanging out. I've caught a few of your streams and they are amazing. They're really a lot of fun. So I'm excited to get to know you a little bit more. And all right, so if you're in chat and this is your first time here, basically the way that this works is we take all of our questions from you. So feel free to drop your questions right in chat, and our moderators will make sure that they get to me so we can talk about them right here on camera. So we also have our Ask My Question Next for 1,000 channel points. You can bump your question up to the next one in the queue. So you can basically skip the line if you would like to. And there's 3 of those available every night. So feel free to drop some channel points on those if you have them. We haven't gotten any questions in just yet. So I would like to start with a question for you all. I would like to know what Maxine's God stat is.
Oh.
What is licking?
Well, I don't know. That
Dexterity?
could be dexterity or strength, I guess, depending how it's applied.
Or
Yeah.
charisma.
Yeah, charisma.
Very
yeah.
high charisma. Very high
I'm
charisma.
gonna go with charisma, because like she does fall over herself a lot,
Oh.
and and like she's stealthy, but like then she like falls on her face, and it kind of ends there.
Well, that's
But
because
everyone-
she wants you to pay attention to her at
I
that
know.
moment. She's done
Yep.
with stuff. It's like, I'm here.
Yeah.
No one expects Maxine. Yeah, I'm definitely going with charisma on that one.
Yeah, I just from the like 15 minutes we've spent with Maxine, I'd say charisma as well. She's so dang cute.
Mhm.
Just sort of-
And they only get cuter. That's the nice thing about Sheeps.
Yes.
It's like, all right, so this isn't even her final form.
Also, like small puppies are just the best because I've grown up with large dogs. My last dog, rest in peace, was a Great Dane English Mastiff. 180 pounds. Not that bad.
Well, no, they like weighed her this morning at the vet, and they're like, man, she's like 6.5 pounds. I'm like, dang, that's big for a baby. well, PJ, when I got him, he was only 5 pounds. So I'm just like, man, I got myself a big one. Not quite as big as the Danes or the Mastiffs. They pop out at 6 pounds.
Yeah, they are big dogs. All right. Well, we've gotten a couple of questions in already, and we're going to start with Ray Mayhem because she used one of the Ask My Question Nexts. So, her question is, what is your pre-game ritual? Is it matching dice, a specific snack, lucky socks? What do you do to game, to get ready to game?
All right. First off, what's up, Ray? Second off, before a show, before we record, I always have peach rings. Peach rings are an important part of my ritual. I just want to make sure that we're aware. Everybody's like on board. Peach rings. So this is an important part of my before show rituals. Also, hiding booze in a cup that doesn't look like it has booze in it. Oh, I think I gave away a secret. And then I like to touch base with the people I'm about to play with like before, just to make sure everybody's cool. And that's my before show ritual.
Everyone's cool.
I thought you only played with cool people, though, Doug.
You'd be surprised. I'm the uncool one a lot.
Oh, whatever.
So when I was doing in-person games, I like to like make snacks and everything for people. So like charcuterie boards and stuff.
Oh, nice.
So that's always a lovely way to like get it going. For the streaming, of course, that's like Jackbox. Helps me get in a good mindset, you know. Get creative, get funny. So, a couple hours of that'll do you right, yeah.
Shenanigans game on there.
Yeah. Like, I need at least 3 references to lesbian horse farms before I can game correctly.
Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, before our Wednesday night stream starting at 6 p.m. Eastern, we play Jackbox games in the Shared Experience Discord. It's usually mayhem and always, always, always really funny.
Mm-hmm. You should join us.
You should, yes.
I have 2 answers. As a player, my pregame ritual is normally finding my matching set of dice for that specific character. As a DM, it's spending an hour looking for my notes and then realizing 30 seconds beforehand I don't need them and just using the first 6 sentences for a recap.
Yeah.
They'll remember, it's fine.
My ritual is so boring because being like Pacific Standard Time and everybody I play with not, I'm usually like, my pregame ritual is running home from work and like, oh gosh, I've been off work for 15 minutes and we're playing our game. But the game I DM, the hour before is usually when I plan for the session because like this Thursday, I had the whole day off. I waited till the hour before to prepare the session because I was just, if I take too much time, they're going to waste my time. They're just not going to do what I want anyways.
So I've got 2 answers myself. I'm DMing live streaming, panicking about all the tech to make sure it's set ready to go. I've had an audio faux pas, so now I'm super hypersensitive about that to triple check. And then just making sure I have all my notes. And then as a DM, making sure I have a impressive amount of dice that's intimidating to the players because they don't know what I'm going to use. So I know. Play with fear. I'm absolutely kidding about the fear part, but I like to have dice on hand so if someone forgets some, they can grab some. Things like that. As a player, just being, whoo, I get to take a break as not being a DM this week. That is a rare thing, so.
Awesome.
I thought of it.
Oh, go ahead.
So another thing that I do if I actually have time, a friend of mine made a playlist because they used to have to do like a 2-hour commute to when they go play in person. And they made a playlist that they would listen to. And it was so good. And it just had all of these really nerdy songs on it. And I loved listening to them. But then if I'm feeling a little bit of anxiety, I listened to the summer musical album from Cheaper by the Dungeon because it's really good. And I listen to it on Spotify because it's gets you in the excited mood.
I love that they have the musical.
Right?
It's so good. I don't DM. I should start by saying that. So I don't have to worry about like that stuff. When I'm prepping for a streamed game, it's like, did I set up my green screen? Are all my lights on? You know, all of that stuff. Did I get a drink? Do I have to use the bathroom? You know, all of the stuff that comes before a stream. When I get to play in person, though, it's usually like my group takes, like, we rotate turns on bringing dinner. So, like, it might be making dinner one night or, you know, just picking up the house or things like that, because we usually would play at my place. And then, you know, like, I might make dinner one night and then another couple would make dinner another night, and then somebody else might order out for pizza the next week. So, and then, you know, figuring out where my dice are and, you know, pulling them all out and rolling them a bunch of times to make sure that they're behaving. Yeah.
Who's going to dice jail tonight?
Right? Yeah, exactly.
All of them.
Yeah.
Well, I
They're
tend
all
to be one of
trash.
those. I tend to be one of those, like, one set of dice per character people. So, like,
Oh.
I don't know what I would do if I couldn't use my dice for that character. It would, like, throw me all off.
I am the exact opposite. I just randomly reach down and grab. Which reminds me, you talked last week about the spice rack thing.
Yes.
And I said I did it. I only half did it because it's still sitting here on the ground and not hanging on the wall.
Close.
But I have my dice in jars.
Oh, that's so cool.
Nice.
And like single sets, double sets. So I just reached down here into this big old pile and I just grabbed dice. I can't, if I think too much on it, then I'll get distracted because they're so pretty.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking right now. I have 4 full dice sets plus 2 sets of D6s within arm's reach right now.
Just have one.
And that's,
set of
I should say,
dice.
oh no, I'm sorry, I take that back. 5, 6, 7, 8. And they're all on top of my desk.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, there's 40-some dice sets down here, 40-some jars of dice. Plus, there's still a box by my door of dice that I received in the mail and I haven't opened yet. I have a problem.
Yeah, I have a bunch more over behind my green screen.
A lack of storage space does not a problem make.
Yeah.
True.
Oh no, there's still like a dozen empty jars. It's a hoarding problem.
Not if you
No, I'm
use
kidding.
them.
I love it. It's good.
See, what's horrible, I'm going through my brain, and there's 3 rooms in my house where I have different sets of dice ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh, hashtag goals.
You never know when you're gonna have to start rolling.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have a set in my car. They just stay in my car.
You're not gonna catch me unawares. Caca.
Yep, I used to keep a D20 in a tiny little velvet bag clipped onto my wallet, so I would always have it in case I needed it. I've used it to make decisions at restaurants before. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Oh.
Apache says you can quit whenever you want, though, right, Nicola?
Yeah. Oh, I was in the middle of typing your response. Yeah, totally. Oh, hello, sir. Are you coming back to the stream?
Aww.
All right, I have a feeling, Doug, that this question is aimed at you, so I'm gonna throw it at you, but everybody else can answer afterwards if they want to.
All right, cool. Let's do this.
Vertrox Nightblood would like to know what is the best D&D snack and why is it peach rings?
All right. So precisely. Let me tell you why it's peach rings. Because see, 1, they're delicious. 2, they're cheap. 3, they're delicious, and 4, they're quiet.
Yes.
So the funny thing is that was half directed at Doug and half directed at me because Doug and I played a GBQ game last night and we both showed up on camera with peach rings, and Nolan, bless his DM heart, thought that was funny and weird that we both had peach rings. I'm like, why is that weird? After the game, I then went and hung out with Vertrox, because it's my best friend, on Discord, and he's like, what's up? I'm like, what are you doing? I'm eating peach rings. It's not that weird. They're the best in the world.
Y'all,
I'm currently out of them, but
it started storming real hard at my place, and like I just looked out the door and I just saw a huge limb just like blow out of a tree. So like I think we're okay. I don't think anybody's hurt, and it didn't knock down a power line or nothing. But y'all,
Be
like
safe.
a third of a tree just fell down. Maybe a fourth.
the
Maybe
second,
not quite a full third.
don't die.
Yeah,
That's not
please
great.
don't die. I'm pretty sure that's
second
against
best-
terms of service on Twitch, so
Second best is gummy bears.
yeah.
We love Ray Mayhem for giving me these gummy bears because they're the best gummy bears in the world, hands down. Yes.
My kiddo calls
Jim's
those the
got me.
my kiddo calls those the ritual gummy bears because they're standing in a circle.
They are.
Yeah. So
And they're so tasty.
Summoning deliciousness.
And this may be the second to last bag I have, and I need to order more. Yeah. But I keep these things in arm's reach at all times.
Only
My-
just tacos.
tacos.
Oh god,
Like,
tacos.
why settle for something small when you can have taco?
Oh my god,
Why not
tacos.
both?
Yeah.
Tacos
Gummy
and
bear
gummy
We're
bears.
tacos?
limiting ourselves. Eat rings and
Wait,
tacos.
hold on a second. Gummy bear tacos. Okay, we
You just said
we
why
need
not
to look
both?
into this.
I know, right?
We need
Okay,
to
you
look
could-
into gummy bear tacos.
You could do like a Choco Taco and just put gummy bears on that.
I'm
That
I'm
would
thinking
work.
about this.
Yeah.
I've seen like candy sushi. I'm sure we could do candy tacos.
Easily.
Oh yeah.
Oh, easily.
I'm pretty sure.
I
that-
will be sitting here for the rest of the stream thinking about that. And I apologize for not answering any more questions.
So Nicola is not taking any more questions tonight. She's been cut off. So, when I play in person, we always do Twizzlers. Were always the big thing at our table. And chips, and like I said, dinner. We usually eat dinner while we play. So,
Big go-to for my group is pretzels with peanut butter in them.
ooh, yum.
Yep, that's a solid choice.
Ooh. If I ever get to play, I've literally played in person one time in my whole career. If we ever get to play in person again, our board game night go-to thing was EG's. Don't know if Jim, you ever got to try EG's when you're in Arizona, but EG's is the best in the world, and it is like a slush. Other places call it like slush puppy, slushies.
Oh,
EG's is the best. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Yes, you put alcohol in it. That's the whole point. I just wasn't going to say that out loud.
Oh, amazing.
Like, we're not doing this sober.
Oh no.
Oh
being
my
creative while sober. Do you know how hard that
God.
is?
Have you ever been to for real, have you ever been to a table where the DM was like, "We don't drink here"? Me neither.
My first experience
I
ever.
walk out the door.
And for that reason, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah.
My first D&D experience ever, and the actual time I played at a table was at a bar, and we got inspiration if we bought the DM drinks.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Yes. Most
Ooh.
definitely.
I've had DMs.
There's a bar in Portland. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say I've had DMs that don't drink, but we've never had a table that didn't allow it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was just gonna say, I went to this bar and they had the mobile ordering thing. And how much fun would that be to stream from the, or not stream, but play from the bar with a group of people, and you just buy each other rounds of shots while each at their own bar. That sounds like a lot of fun.
If there was some awesome way to filter out the background noise, that would be beautiful.
Right?
Oh,
They
figure it out.
Or just
Where
do
I'm
it. Maybe,
from.
maybe you'd have to do it like a downtime or something where there's like hardly anyone at the bar.
Where I'm
Being
from, they opened a
Pacific
bar.
time zone.
One of the game stores here locally. I don't know. I tell people I'm from. Everybody knows I'm from Tucson. One of the game stores here locally opened a bar in the back of the game store,
Amazing.
and it's called the Short Rest Tavern. And you can 100% do it there. They have not gotten their hard liquor license yet. They only have their beer and wine license, but they do a whole bunch of local like brews and ciders and stuff. Oh, it's so much fun. It would be a perfect. Y'all come to Tucson. We're gonna go stream from there. It's really good.
So what you're
Um,
saying is this is one of those adventures where you all start by meeting at a tavern.
Exactly.
Okay.
Literally.
Just checking.
And
I
you
think
have
that's the name
so
of
it's-
the broadcast.
Yeah.
Meeting in
Yes.
a tavern,
You're gonna
We
literally.
meet at a tavern. Oh my gosh. I'm ideas. And
I just
so
had
this
a thought too, but yes, we can share brainwaves later.
this store is also in a mall. So and it's open until normal like 2 a.m. bar hours. So they have a security guard at all the doors that like have to let you into the mall so that you can go to this tavern. It feels really exclusive, even though it's not. It's just, yes, we're going to share brainwaves later.
You
This
must
is
be this
amazing.
nerdy to ride.
Right?
Yes.
You must be this nerdy to roll.
Yeah.
Ah! Oh, so good.
That is good. Okay. So Yacht's Twitch had a question. Changing gears a little bit. If you could take beast shape or wild shape in real life, what animal would you choose and why?
A bear.
Well, yeah.
Snowy owl. I'm gonna fly.
Oh.
And people aren't gonna be able to shoot me.
I don't know if the streamers can see it behind me, but there's a wolf. So that
I can see it, yeah. I don't know if it's on camera.
I don't think it is.
I will slide you over a touch so people can see it.
Perfect.
Doing the cha-cha slide real quick.
There.
Red panda.
There it is.
There it
Yep,
is.
red pandas are cute as hell.
Jim just stole my answer.
Damn.
I was between that or raccoon.
The game I played in last night, I had a familiar named Dandy the Red Pandy. Red pandas are my current obsession. I'm also
All they do
having.
is just stick their tongues out. That's how they live.
They're so cute.
They're so cute. Also having an existential crisis that you asked somebody literally named Nekla the Druid to pick one wild shape.
We just gotta pick one and commit, man.
Yeah, no, I'm going red panda. It was my gut response because I'm obsessed with them right now.
They're pretty great.
Yep. They're very cute.
They're just so stinking cute.
I'd probably my gut wants to say a wolf, but I feel like the actual thing would actually be something not fierce at all. Like wombat or something. Like
You have to see wombat. Combat wombat.
yes. Yeah. Well, I've done that before. I've done my combat wombat before.
That's what. Yep.
Yep. Combat wombat.
All
Yeah.
you kids forgoing the power of flight are insane.
The power of being lazy and sticking out my tongue. Being cute is the red panda superpower.
You do that as a person.
I know, but it's not as cute.
Says you,
It is
sir.
for you. Don't worry.
Is it definitely an opinion?
I just want it on a t-shirt. You can do that as a person.
But it's not as cute.
But it's
In
not
every-
as
but it's
cute.
not as cute. And you gotta set the
Oh
context.
my gosh. I literally have a sloth. And I didn't
Nice.
say sloth.
Oh, there you go.
That's my second choice sloth. This is my emotional support sloth. But
Second choice.
I hug when I'm doing work on my computer and having anxiety. Emotional support
Aw.
sloth. Highly
Yeah.
recommend.
Yeah, I just have a cat that's passed out on my computer as my emotional support animal. She just sleeps while I sit here and have anxiety.
I've definitely propped my phone against the cat before. I ain't gonna lie.
That's fantastic.
Just
Mine
Yeah.
is over
You're
there sleeping.
You're not going anywhere anytime soon. Let's just use what we
you're
have.
passed out right here. Yeah.
Yep. Necessity's the mother of invention.
Actually, I take that back. Like, I say, it probably wouldn't be anything fierce, but, I'm a mom. It would probably be pretty damn scary. Moms get scary when they're mad, especially protecting their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
Go
don't know.
something like Triceratops. Like something
Yeah.
super bananas.
Yes.
Ooh, can I be a Stegosaurus? I want to be a Stegosaurus.
That's also a fun
Yes.
option.
Two favorites.
I've had too many DMs in my life tell me that dinosaurs don't exist in their games, and it's just not a thing. No.
Be like, does
Sorry, it's
love and
fantasy.
hope and joy not exist in your game either?
Apparently not.
No. You wanna wild shape into a T-Rex, you wild shape into a T-Rex.
Yeah.
Live your life.
My ranger, I tried very, very hard to get a dinosaur as my pet, but no, our DM was just not having it. Nope.
It's all right. As soon as Bo hits a certain level, she can change into pretty much anything. So I'll do you a solid and change into something for a while, help you out.
Woo! I
Yeah.
like that plan.
So we've just got to get her to like level 16.
Okay. We're on it.
20 years later.
Right? We'll be here forever.
Forever, ever.
I played in a game where I got the option to also wild shape into. This was the campaign that didn't have any joy. This was the one piece of joy I was allowed to have. Not beast things. I was given like a list and I had to spend so much time. It's very story driven. Manticore was one of the things I was allowed to wild shape into. And
Nice.
at 14th level, you can be in wild shape for 7 hours. And you best bet the majority of the time I was wild shaped as a manticore. Because they can speak common. And so I was just like, I'm a manticore. Oh, did you forget I'm a manticore right now? You're like, you need to go to this place. Okay, hop on my back. I'm a manticore.
Just end every sentence with, I'm a manticore
I'm a
now.
manticore.
It's like,
Oh my gosh. I played a centaur one time in a D&D game, and it was so funny because she was like the strongest character in the group and blah, 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 but she couldn't go up and down stairs. Like literally had to roll a check every time she went up and down the stairs. So that was interesting. The DM would be like, oh, you rolled a 7 and you definitely don't make it up the stairs for like 20 minutes.
All right, so I want to address that like as a mechanic, right? Like, all right, why would you make it so that the centaur, is it like the horse part couldn't figure out how to go upstairs? Because I bet you the hands of the human part figured out how to use a fork and a knife, right?
Yeah.
So like, it's not like I feel like a centaur would be able to climb stairs for the same reason they'd be able to eat off a plate.
Yeah, I mean,
But also,
it was using the horse legs, so it
Right.
was
horse legs are genetically broken.
yeah.
Just like trying to maneuver them up some stairs. I don't know about 20 whole minutes, but
Well, and we're talking not like wide stairs. We're talking like the stairs of a tavern, or like normal stairs that we would go up and down pretty easily.
I'm just
Okay.
saying, if I'm playing a centaur, I am arguing with my DM constantly. Like, nah, man, we have evolved to do this thing now. It is in our blood. We can climb stairs. We've been centaurs for like thousands and millions of years. We can climb the stairs. You know, like,
We can do the thing.
know. I'm not putting the feed bag on when it's time to go to dinner. Like,
Well, and it's a fantasy world, so I don't think horse legs
Yeah,
wouldn't work
give
going
me the
upstairs.
stairs. Jesus. That's just cruel. Mm.
That's when you just misty step every staircase. Just
Yeah,
misty step.
right,
Just
I know.
misty step.
that's just, I don't know.
Yes,
That's
I'm a
one thing
centaur
I always
with
find
misty
funny when you'll be like in these high fantasy worlds, but your DM just randomly like decides on like one thing that they feel like the physics of it couldn't work, even though it's
Like what?
arbitrary as hell. It's like, really, honey, that's the hill you're gonna die on?
Mhm.
I can't go up the stairs. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, that fire literally burned down the building in 3 rounds. Yeah, sure, that's 18 seconds. Cool.
It's hot fire.
All right. This is totally not a game related question, but this is from Wolf's Blood, who is one of our channel moderators, and I feel like I need to know the answer to this. Question for the whole group. It's movie night and your friends are coming over. You find the movie Lamageddon on Amazon Prime. Do you show this movie for movie night?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, there's no question. Yes.
Okay, moving
least-
on. No,
Yeah, at least the first 5 minutes so we can figure out what it is. I mean,
But you lead so hard
That
into
part.
it, you make it a llama-themed movie night. You get hats, you
Yeah.
get snacks,
Yes.
everything. You fully commit.
yeah, you can watch The
That's
Emperor's
like-
New Groove. You can watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail. You know,
That's I pretty much make movie night out of anything. When I learned that there's such a movie as Velocipaster.
Oh yeah.
I was 100% ready for a movie night of this
I'm
because
just gonna go and watch that now.
I still haven't seen it. So maybe we can have a Discord movie night.
Right on.
But yeah, it was like, it's probably very bad. I don't care.
Wolf's Blood's actually seen it.
Wolf's
Oh.
Blood.
He's got so much time.
He
It's a
says
horrific
really
movie.
good, all right. Well, there you go, Wolf's Blood. Now you know the answer to that question.
She figures out why good things happen to bad people because she's a clever girl.
Oh my.
Oh god.
Oh Lord, that's terrifying.
That just happened.
For Velocipaster, a man of the claw. Jesus Christ.
All right, Vertrox Nightblood
Okay.
would like to know, who is your favorite PC in a game you play or run that is not your own character, and why?
It's not you, Vertrox.
Harsh.
I'm kidding. He's been my best friend for like 8 years. This is fine. Yeah.
From 50 Shades of Crimson, it's definitely Oscar. I just love a good himbo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, just, he really commits to the whole airhead thing. So, I love a good dingus.
Mine would be one of my players from the first time I DM'd. He was a half-orc paladin named Stan Stevenson, and he had an intelligence of 3.
Oh.
Wow.
He was very himbo.
Oh.
It's like a gold,
Protect
it's like
him.
just a paladin golden retriever, essentially.
Oh my gosh. Protect him with everything.
I think he has his, what is it? He has a quaddle named Quaalude.
Oh my god.
It was ridiculous. It was my first time, so I just said, you know what? Let's do it. So they have a quaddle named Quaalude. They want him at an auction. They paid 2 gold.
That's amazing.
Wow.
So mine is a buddy of mine named Moni who plays a pink dragonborn named Kara, who is a social media influencer wherever she goes. So she's figured out how to have a scrying crystal fly around and take pictures of her character, who she's a barbarian, by the way, and she's got an entire fan club and everything.
Oh my god.
So it is one of the most brilliant things I have ever seen. And Kara makes occasional appearances, well, over on our Credit Assemble live streams, but she is absolutely amazing, and I've gotten to see her played at different levels, and you just see Moni get more and more into becoming Kara. It's fabulous. Voice and everything.
That sounds spectacular.
It's a sight to
perfect.
hold. Yeah, it's like next level. And very, very extra.
I am in love with this.
That is so good. I love that. Oh my goodness. Like, I'm trying to, in my head, narrow it down, and it's hard.
I know. I'm like, well, I really love this character because this reason, and I really love that character because that reason.
I'm just gonna make my own rules. And do 2.
Sure.
Because why not? And I spoke too soon earlier because the more I think about it, one of Vertrox's characters is one of my favorite characters ever. And I'm pretty sure that this character's been talked about on Tales with when Dev was here because it's in Dev's game where it's Bearsley, who's just a literal bear. And what's his name? Baron Bearsley Brownfur of Barrington. And he's just a literal bear, and it's funny as heck. And then my other one is a character that Ray Mayhem plays in one of our games called Gregory Never Greg. And I just love Gregory Never Greg so much. Because they're a shaved Yeti. And I could never do them justice. I love them. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeti.
I'm trying to figure out Gregory Never Greg, and I think both of those characters came up. I can't remember now if it was the last time you were here, Nekla, or if it was more recently than that, because I feel like it was more recently than that.
It definitely probably it was, because they're both players in Dev makes things, Dev's games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Dev probably talked about them when he was here.
Yes, that would make sense.
And I think we shared a picture of Baron Bearsley Brown Fur of Barrington.
Yes, yeah.
Hands down, just so funny. Like, we'll have these big emotional moments with my character and the other player who is we're playing cousins, and we'll have these big emotional moments, and then just so just it breaks, and then he'll be talking to people, and he'll come up with these like crazy, he's like, well, I mean, if you're not that happy, maybe you should just leave the cult. And you picture a big, huge bear saying this, and I just die. No.
Maybe you need to find a different cult.
Last session, he almost died in the bathroom.
Oh, no.
How though? You can't just leave that comment there.
Yeah, we needed a little bit of an explanation.
Yeah, I feel like we need some story here.
So we're currently, we went to go into this cave, and I don't take notes, and it's very in character that I have no idea what this cave is called. It's Cave of the Golden Dragon or something like that. Turns out that this cave is actually the hollowed out body of an ancient gold dragon. And we ran into this dragon cult that lived in there, and they tried to sacrifice me by putting me in an arena, and I exploded their little dragon wormling. It was very sad. But so then afterwards, we all get pulled into different directions with this cult, and Bearsley's just in the cafeteria with this other cult people, and he's eating some raw meat, and he's like, I haven't gone to the bathroom in a while. And so he's going to go take a big bear crap. But the bathroom is a hole in the ground, somewhere in one of these caves. So they go in there, and a bone swarm comes out of the hole, and
You gotta watch the bathroom bones.
yeah, right? So the bone swarm, I want to say, is from Kobold Press's Tome of Beasts, but I can't remember now. Anyway, first hit on Bearsley was over half his damage, and it was like, oh no, he's gonna die.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So watch out, children. We've had a lot of fun here today, but you really need to watch out for the bathroom bone swarms.
Yep. Otherwise, you'll end up just like poor Elvis.
Exactly. I don't get that reference, but exactly.
Oh, that was delightful. Elvis died on the pot, y'all.
Yeah, that's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know what to do with you anymore, Katie.
That was perfect.
Right.
My favorite character that I play with is in Good Better Quest. The main storyline is called Bachelors in Dungeoneering, and actually Jim and I were talking about this before the show about there's a significant difference between our season 1 and our season 2, and part of it is a cast change. And my very favorite character that I play with is Cash Black. Cash Black is an unassuming bard played by our good friend Kate, and they invest Cash with so much like earnest energy and like kindness and goodness. And we're at a place now where Cash is, in my opinion, Cash is the main character of our show. We try to have like nice balanced stuff, but in my opinion, our story is Cash's story, and that's because Cash has the most to win and the most to lose, really. And he is this like just delightfully awkward, socially awkward boy who also is like this just ride or die hard, like just can summon up the will to be brave in front of the most dangerous of NPCs and monsters. And Kate's just fantastic. So if you listen to Good Better Quest, y'all gotta know Cash Black's where it's at.
Okay, seconded, because Kate does such an amazing job with Cash that they've made me cry, and I love them.
Yeah, same. And y'all, we're recording season 3 right now. And y'all ain't heard it yet because it ain't been produced yet. But we have recorded season 3 about halfway through. And the recording we did yesterday, damn. So good. So good. All right, I'm done.
I really can't decide on a favorite, but Shula had a really amazing moment from one of our streams early on. I think this was before, I'm almost positive this was before you joined, Katie. And it was a scene where our party was going like through somebody's house, and we were trying to find, I can't remember what, some kind of evidence. And Shula ended up stumbling upon some rather risque love letters.
Oh, I remember.
And Shula, the character, is like this very naive, very just doesn't know a lot about these things. And so she's flipping through the letters, and all of a sudden she yells out, "Hey, do you guys want to know what people do when they don't have their clothes on?" And we're like, oh my god. And it was just so perfectly delivered that, like, we all just died. We just died. It was so good. Oh, and then there was the episode that we met, that my character and Shula and our other character Marktov actually first met Katie's character Bo and Yatz's character Osgar. And Shula had another really good one where we were having a pool party at Osgar's house, because Osgar is basically a pit fighter. Like, he is, he just does all this fighting and stuff for, fame and glory. And so naturally he has a pool at his house. And so we're out there, and Dad Greg comes out and wants to make everybody burgers. And Shula had her first taste of alcohol and got super drunk right off the bat. And so he's like, how many burgers do you want? She's like, 40. And it was like, again, it was
40 burgers.
So perfectly delivered that it was amazing. So I love that.
Oh, what I loved was later in that episode, like, she was still, like, playing Shula's, like, very, very drunk. And, like, she took off her gloves to show Oscar her hands. And, like, she's showing off, and she's like, yeah, it's really gross. Because, yeah, Shula has, like, blackened hands, because apparently at some point she got semi-chucked into a volcano. We'll probably figure it out eventually. But, yeah, just funny as hell. I love Amanda.
Yeah, she really does a great job with Shula.
Okay, so Apache just said something in chat and about a ring of protection, and it is
Oh, that one.
Is it what I think it is?
That was also pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it will protect you from unwanted pregnancies.
Oh my gosh. I love this character so much.
Yeah, that was good too. Oh, I'd forgotten about that actually.
Yeah, that one's also. Oh yeah, y'all always have a good time whenever you go to that guy's store. I don't think me and Oscar have had the joy and the privilege of going to that store yet.
Yeah. We should make a point to stop by there soon.
Yep.
Assuming the store is still there.
Yep. Just make Dave come up with more funny things to try and sell us.
You know what? He's not here, so we'll just spring it on him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna dig back because we actually don't have any other questions right now. Chat, get on that. But I wanna dig back. Doug, this was actually a question that you asked. I think it was last week, and I think it's a good question. So. The question is, we all know how important party composition is for a campaign, but can you talk about how the composition of players at the table affects your game?
I'm asking that. I asked that because I'm primarily a player. I don't normally DM, and I recognize at certain tables that like there's a certain energy, right? And
Yeah.
with certain group of people, like it's been a like I'm not a big D, like I'm not an actual like I don't play. Oh man, I feel like I've talked myself into a corner, y'all. I'm an actor and not a like dice roller. Like I've got dice and I play the games, but I'm here because I love telling stories. And I'm here because I love being part of collaborative storytelling.
Yeah.
And so like I'm here for all the same reasons, but y'all notice none of my rituals had anything to do with dice and character sheets and whatnot. Like those are very secondary to me in the experience. And so it's really important for me, like as a player, to be at a table that I feel really comfortable at, and where like I can have like where a relationship that my character has with their character can be different than the relationship I have with that person, because both are well defined. Mm-hmm. And both are like clearly what they are, right? So I guess I was asking that more to the DMs, like how you cultivate and curate like a group of people that plays well together with characters that play well together.
So this goes back perfectly to session 0, that I think is very, very, very important. So whenever you're gaming with friends that you've known for a long, long time, or a brand new group of players, it's here where you can figure out what the composition is, what folks want to play, and things like that, and where you can establish those ground rules of what will be allowed, what everyone's expecting out of the game, be it players, DMs. And something I've done over the years just as a DM is I try to match who I know will enjoy playing with each other. You have folks that are just purely in it for the battle and they don't really care about the social interaction, and vice versa. So trying to match those interests, but also with that in mind, matching those same people to give them a chance to expand past just the combat. Because maybe there's a social interaction situation. It's like, oh, this is interesting. I've seen a player get really into it without really knowing about it, that they enjoy it. It's like, yeah, now I want to do this more than just combat. So I think that comes in a lot into it. And I always set the ground rules that everyone is welcome at the table. So I think that it attracts the types of people that like to play together.
I'm not a DM. Go ahead, Jim.
I was a player in this one. We were in like our second or third session of the Dragons of Icefire Peak, and one of the players decided to just raise all hell, like literally, and just raised the entire plot hook to the ground with fire. And that was the last session that we had in that adventure because the player just had a bad day. We didn't talk about it. We didn't go over it. And it just, everybody was just like, okay, we're done playing. Like, no one's going to do this anymore. It's not fun. You ruined it. So I think having it, it's not just a one-time thing to go over. It's, you have to do it every time. You have to make sure everyone is there to play and not to get their aggression out. Like if y'all want to get your aggression out, we're putting the story on the side. Let's go into some combat. Let's detract and not ruin everything. So I think having that important part of just players who know each other well enough to play together, and B, everyone's in the right mood to play together. Because that can make a session go south real fast.
Agreed.
Yeah, and almost sort of to that point too, you know, different groups that you play with, you're going to get a different style of game. You know, like I know that with our group on Wednesday, we're going to have silly, fun stuff happen, you know, because that's just who we are as a group together. But I know there have been other campaigns that I've done that the intention is darker, grittier, you know, not so much of the silly stuff. Like occasionally the silly stuff was fun, you know, as comedic relief, but that was not the primary focus or even the secondary focus of the game. You know, it was more meant to be, and some of that too just was because of the system that we were playing. But I think that really is important to look at too, because you have to make sure you have all players who want the same thing out of what they're getting at the table.
I tend to run a variety of like one shots, and table composition tend to not have to do anything about, like, they don't really matter, because I run them for somebody's Patreon, and then I'll just run them occasionally in the Backwater Bastards Discord. We're starting to do it more, but I've run a couple. And with that, like, you have a set of rules based on the Discord, and party composition doesn't really mesh. So that was a long way of saying I'm not experienced in putting that together. But I have had like a group that we're considering, some friends and I are considering putting together. We're playing like a shorter game just to see like if we want to do a longer campaign. And that's a really nice way. I'd love to say that I got great party composition on the game I'm DMing, but sometimes we fight like married couples because like we've all been friends for a very long time, and being friends for a long time doesn't always translate to the table. And so that is always something to watch out for. Even if you have a session 0, you know, taking a break and having a session 0.5 where you just have another session 0 later on is also a really good way to make sure that everything kind of stays cohesive, even if you think you've got a great composition.
Yeah. Well, this is probably a great place for us to pause for a break. So we will do that. We will be back in roughly 10 minutes, give or take. And, you know, hopefully no more trees fall down around Doug and all that good stuff. So we will see you in just a little bit. Hi, everybody. We are back from our break. Hooray!
Yay!
So we had a question that came in that we are going to get to now, and then hopefully either we'll get some other questions or we came up with something fun during the break. So the question that we got was from Vertrox Nightblood, and the question was, what is your favorite spell?
Mine recently changed. It used to be prestidigitation, and now it's talking mouth or magic mouth.
Magic mouth.
I recently used it so that my cook artificer could make talking tarts.
Oh my god.
Go listen to Discount Dungeons, season or campaign 2, episode 6.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh. Yes.
That's amazing.
I guess I mildly misinterpreted the question as like, which one do you think would be most fun to have in like real life? And I'm kind of stuck between
Mouth.
two.
Lying.
Well, the first one, like, just because like I would love to like beat up homophobes, would be the rainbow wall.
Yes. Prismatic
Or-
wall.
Or they just have to like pass through all the colors and just get the crud beat out of them every time.
Oh my gosh.
Or I could go the selfish route and have grease. Because I'm assuming it's like oil, so I just cast grease all day long and just make my millions that way.
Ooh.
Grease lightning.
Yep. It's a renewable resource now, kids. Baka, baka, baka.
Yo, I don't play spellcasters that often, and last night I was playing a cleric for the first time, and I caused, y'all, command is the shit, y'all. Command is so much fun. I was successful with it. I got all the hench people from the boss to turn around and fight the boss. And that was
Nice.
so much fun. That was so satisfying from a role play perspective and also from like, a dice rolling perspective. That spell like really changed the course of how things were working, and I was real tickled about that.
That was also quite fun because like it was just like moments of us all just sitting there like, okay, now whittle them down for us. We're all 2 feet tall. Please don't make us fight the giant.
Yeah.
That's
Y'all
usually
got
the
this.
way.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking through a list of spells trying to figure out which one's my favorite. Because I don't know. And there is a hilarious one.
What's the one you got? I enjoy hilarious spells over useful spells.
So this is a homebrew spell. And this is not gonna lie, the entire reason Vertrox asked this question. And it's called Pantsed. And it's literally they make a saving throw, and if they fail, then magically a pair of pants appears and then falls off of them so that they can't move because they've got pants around there. It's so stupid and so funny. And it came from maybe Loot Tavern is the one who put out the supplement. But yeah, so it's called Pants, and I DM'd a one shot, and Vertrox used that to make my monsters not be able to go anywhere because they had imaginary pants around their ankles.
That's
And
amazing.
That's
so silly.
fantastic. So one of my favorite ones is from Acquisitions Incorporated called Gift of Gab. Have you heard of this one? Anyone?
I have only
Okay.
from NADPOD.
So I'm going to read the description because I think this is absolutely hilarious and would be perfect for a bard. Jim Darkmagic is said to have invented this spell, originally called it I Said What? Have you ever been talking to the local monarch and accidentally mentioned how their son looks like your favorite hog from when you were growing up on the family farm? We've all been there, but rather than being beheaded for the honest slip of the tongue, you can pretend it never happened by ensuring no one remembers that it did. When you cast the spell, you skillfully reshape the memories of listeners in the immediate area so that each creature of your choice within 5 feet of you forgets everything you said for the last 6 seconds. Those creatures then remember that you actually said the words you spoke as the verbal component of the spell.
Damn. That is nice.
Yeah, so that's amazing to me.
Yeah.
It wasn't NADPOD I heard about that on. It was Dimension 20. Because they wanted to take that, and Brendan Lee Mulligan said, no, if there's no consequence for the stuff you say at the table, we will break the universe. And I want to use that spell. That spell is so good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a real big fan of Conjure Woodland Beings. Because just the way you can mess with it's just so good. And if you summon 8 pixies, then lots of things break, and I love it. Because they can all cast polymorph, and it's just
Oh my.
That's good.
yeah. So they can all cast polymorph, which means I just noticed that my hand is still purple from my hair dye. They can all cast polymorph, which means that they can whittle down those legendary resistances on your bosses. And I did not come up with that. I found that online, and it's the best. So much so that I had a DM nerf my pixies because I kept doing it, and
Aww.
wrote me out about that.
I must never play spellcasters, so this is a really tough one for me. But I think, I mean, I know there are similar spells in D&D, but in Pathfinder there is oh my god, I just drew a complete blank. Glitter dust, and it's basically what you would think it is. And Yachts played a character in another game that I played with him that could cast it, and we renamed it Infabulate.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can't take any credit for it, but that's what we started calling it. And so that one's just nice because it, basically just throws glitter everywhere.
And
Takes
it's never
all the
gone.
time to get off.
I need
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's never ever gone.
Oh my god, I need that so bad.
It's
Yeah.
just like the longest lasting cantrip because it just never goes away.
Pretty much.
I'm so
Exactly.
into this.
The official description of it is a cloud of golden particles covers everyone and everything in the area, causing creatures to become blinded and visibly outlining invisible things for the duration of the spell. All within the area are covered by the dust, which cannot be removed and continues to sparkle until it fades. Each round at the end of their turn, blinded creatures may attempt a new saving throw to end the blindness effect. Any creature covered by dust takes a -40 penalty on stealth checks.
Oh, I
love
love that.
Yeah,
Oh, I need that. Every single character.
yeah.
I
And
know.
it lasts 1 round per level, so it can be pretty decent if you cast it at a high enough level.
There's now that I'm going through a list of, by the way, only looking at druid spells because I'm a one-trick pony. I have yet to have a druid make it all the way to do 8th level spells, but I can't wait till I do because there's one called Animal Shapes, and I want to use it. And your magic turns others into beasts. You choose any number of willing creatures within range, and you transform each target into the form of a large or smaller beast with a challenge rating of 4 or lower. For 24 hours.
Everyone's a snow owl.
Everyone, anyone you can fit in your 30-foot range. Just come
It's
at me,
just gonna be
babies.
but red
We're gonna be-
pandas.
We're all gonna
Manticores
be pandas.
Sloths. Sloths.
All sloths, yes.
Combat, I move 1 inch. That's my turn. The whole turn.
Exactly.
I used up everything to move.
Yeah.
So, also, the next thing is On subsequent turns, you can use your actions to transform affected creatures into new forms. Right? Yeah.
Wow.
I'm loving this. I can't wait till actually have one survive to be able to cast 8 level spells.
That's amazing. Did everybody get to answer that one?
Yes.
All right. We just got another question in from Cheech Wan. And this is a really good one, I think, and I don't think it's ever come up on this stream. The question is, have you ever become enlightened to another point of view by playing an alignment that doesn't match that of your own?
I have a simple answer of no.
I tried to play a lawful good paladin once. It lasted literally 20 minutes.
I think it depends on how you look at the alignment table, because I'm very much of the opinion that the alignment table is the person's internal morals and values. And I had this conversation recently with somebody because I was playing a paladin that was also a Dampier and was also Oath of Sacrifice from Underground Oracle that is basically blood magic. And they were a lawful paladin. They very much stood up to their oaths. Those just not the same laws that you follow. It's their laws. It's the laws they believe for the land. And despite the fact they were like drink blood, do crime, it was still lawful in their eyes. Like, so I think that just depends on how you look at the alignment table and how that question goes.
Yeah, I know I've had that debate with people before too. Slightly getting off topic about the alignment table, though, is it the laws as written or the laws as they apply to your character based on who they are? So, like,
yeah, you
know, like you said, in this case, the laws of them being a Dampier, for example, are very different than the laws of a human, an average human.
I mean, I've
played a lot of chaotic characters.
Oh, that is the first time in my life I've played a lawful character. I'm all about the chaos characters.
Oh, my chaotic characters usually end up being more on like the polite side. I can't really say lawful, but like politeful chaotic. Like it spans the spectrum. They're so random. Sometimes they do good.
Like, I've made realizations about myself as a person or understood something about myself as a person that I learned, like, through playing a character. But I don't know if I've ever, like, thought about it in terms of the alignment. You know, I've learned, like, you know, the thing is, you know, every character you create is a little bit of you. And I realize, there have been times where like I as a person was on the cusp of some sort of like emotional growth or like you know, understanding about life or whatever, and I came to that far like a lot faster than I thought that I actually did, because I was playing out those ideas in a character before I was able to be like, oh yeah, that's right, that's the thing that I do. And so yeah, I don't know about the alignment, but I definitely have learned stuff about myself playing all the characters that I've played.
I definitely am pro exploring different things with your characters. Like, you know, a different ideal or something like that. Definitely, table's a really good place to do that, as long as everybody around you is consenting to the things that you're going to be bringing up and talking about.
That's what roleplay is for, right? Like experiencing without danger.
Also, maybe try out something with training wheels on, essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. As a DM, having to play some like real mean big bads, I feel like I've had the opposite where I've enforced my own like morals and values in like the things that I've had to say and do with consent at the table. That is my biggest thing. But like I get real mean, like having to do some of these monologues, and then I'll just cry because I'm like, yeah, I don't understand how people can act like this, and so if anything, I've reinforced my own points of view.
Yeah, I've just never had much success at doing like evil characters. Like even when I like, for instance, on Mass Effect, when I tried to like play a renegade character, I think I got like 5 seconds into it. I'm like, I can't be mean. I need to help everybody. In a universe with no consequences, I have to be super helpful.
Right? Yeah.
Same. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I tried to do the lawful paladin thing. The fact that it was based on 1980s Shira may have had something to do with the fact that I was really having a hard time playing it. But it was literally like just, you know, trying to play this like super uber goody two shoes character that I was just like, and I'm not, everybody always like thinks of me as like, you know, probably one of those super goody two shoes types of people. I'm not, but I am at the same time. Like, I don't know, but it was really, really hard for me to like to play that character. But then on the flip side of that, I've also played a werewolf in a Vampire the Masquerade. It was a Vampire the Masquerade game, but we took the lore from that and used the Savage Worlds rule set, and it was interesting because it was a totally different side of me that I thankfully had a 2-hour commute both to and from, like it was 2 hours round trip. And the stream was on a Monday night, and so like I could just channel like the bad mood of having a 2-hour commute on a Monday and play that. But I remember several times very clearly afterwards having to be like, okay, I really promise I'm not mad at any of you guys. Like, that's just Claudia being a bitch, you know? Like, because she really was. I loved her to death because it was like a great way for me to get out pent up anger and aggression and do it in a way that wasn't going to hurt anybody. But yeah, definitely did a lot of that. Like, I promise it's not like, I'm not mad at you at all. You know, it has nothing to do with you. This is just how she feels in that situation. Oh gosh. Okay. We just got another question that just came in, and it's favorite D&D Joker pun.
I don't know any.
I've got a good one that I always like to throw out occasionally.
Okay.
Do it.
What do you call a dragon that eats a party of adventurers? Party pooper.
Full.
Oh, I love that.
That's great.
It's like Dungeons and Dragons. Come for the dungeons, wait around a long ass time for the dragon.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's a favorite food of a beholder? Ice cream.
Oh Lord.
Oh goodness.
I don't know. Most of my D&D humor is usually absorbed in the form of memes.
Yeah.
Sweet
Right?
memes.
Right.
That's definitely not like half the accounts I'm following on Twitter. No, there's no way.
My favorite one so far is it's a beholder, and it's all the eyes, and one of them has an arrow that says, "This one has the beauty."
Oh,
Okay, that's good.
It's like it's short, it's simple, and it's very, very simple.
Oh Lord.
so I just Googled D&D jokes.
There's so many
Just
out
because
there.
there are. Why do sneaky rogues prefer leather armor?
Because it's made of hide.
Yes. Oh my God. These are so stupid. I love them.
Right,
There's,
they're so
there's
great.
like thousands out there.
Oh,
Why do paladins wear chainmail?
because it's holy
Because
armor.
it's holy armor.
Totally are.
Why did the taxi become an accountant?
Why?
Bean counter.
Oh. Then the stream just evolves into dad jokes for 1,000 years.
What kind of spell, what kind of tool helps wizards write correct runes in their spell books? A spell checker?
Oh. Oh dear. Oh, it burns.
It does, but it's so good. Anybody else?
Did you hear about the monk that killed 70% of the workers at the tavern?
Oh God.
Oh yeah, I know.
He left
get
him
it.
with a quarterstaff.
Oh dear.
It's so bad.
Mhm,
That's amazing.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Wreck.
Saw that one coming too. It was just and there was nothing we could do. about it.
Right?
Nope.
Yep.
Couldn't avoid it.
I just scrolled. Why do barbarians love dealing damage so much?
It's all the rage.
It's all the
Just-
rage.
It's
yeah.
all the rage.
Oh, wow.
Oh dear.
Mm.
And now we've devolved into a stream of telling
Yep.
bad jokes, and I love
Everybody's
every
taking
second of it.
1d4 psychic damage?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so.
This where I'm getting all of these is a Pinterest board called 100 Tasha's Hideous Laughter Pun Ideas.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Some aren't that great, but
There's one other one that I occasionally enjoy. Like, a cleric, a druid, and a goblin walk into a bar. The goblin looks at the other two and says, "Oops, I'm in the wrong joke."
Oh my gosh. If the barbarian has 10 gold pieces and the rogue steals half of it, what does the rogue get?
1d10
Place.
slashing damage.
Yes.
Yeah, looking solid.
what do you call a magical crystal that traps your soul for eternity? A maximum security prism.
Oh.
Oh Lord.
Mm. Mm.
So,
Lord.
what does an ogre call a knight in armor? In beef.
Oh.
What did the cleric say to the ham? You're cured.
Mm.
All right, here's another good one. What's the difference between a wizard and a sorcerer?
Class.
Class, you got it.
No.
Oh God. Oh my God. I'm gonna go here. How many succubi does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Ooh, but it's really hard to get him in there.
Yes.
Yes. All right. What do you call a 30-day free trial with a Medusa? A demo gorgon.
Oh,
Jeez. I love that, Jim. I love that your husband is like, I really need to think of some questions.
We're gonna keep telling jokes until we get questions.
Yeah, right.
I mean, we came up with that other thing to do, but this is funnier.
What do you call
what
a
do you
raging?
call?
What do you call a raging barbarian? Anything you like. You can't make a listen check while raging.
This is a usual good one. A monk walks over to a hot dog vendor and says, "Make me one with everything."
Mm-hmm.
What do you call a group of rogues? A surprise party.
Oh my goodness.
I've got a slightly long one, but the punchline is well worth it.
All right, let's go.
All right, do
All
it.
right. So the fighter, rogue, cleric, and wizard are all battling a lot of ghouls. The fighter does his best in the midst of them, hoping his high AC keeps him healthy. The rogue can't sneak attack, so pings away with a bow from afar. The cleric joins the fighter battling the ghouls after spending 3 rounds casting Divine Favor, Bold Strength, and Protection from evil on himself. The wizard casts Web, hoping to hold off some of the ghouls, a Flaming Sphere to help the fighter with hit point attrition, and uses a Scroll of Mirror Image for defense. It's a tough battle lasting several rounds. The cleric heals himself a bit. The wizard eventually has to resort to magic missile and even firing a crossbow. At last, the final ghoul drops to the fighter's blade, but too late. The ghoul has already killed the cleric. After the party drinks several potions of healing, and a few rounds after that, they get ready for battle again as the cleric's corpse rises as the ghoul. The rogue exclaims, "Oh, so now he turns undead."
I don't know if it was worth it, but I respect that you kept up.
Oh, that was good.
That was good. I liked that. So I saw during the course of giving some of our jokes that we got raided by Paradise RPG. So welcome in, raiders. Nice to have you here. If you are new to this stream, the way that this works is that you put questions for our panel in chat, and we will go ahead and answer them. Unfortunately for you all, somebody asked us about good D&D, and I use good very, very loosely, favorite D&D jokes or puns, and so you are just in time for the comedy show. And we're going to keep going until somebody asks us questions. So... let's see.
Okay. A human and an elf walk into a bar. A halfling walked under it.
Okay. How many paladins does it take to change a light bulb?
Oh no.
2.
I saw this one.
1 to hold up the new bulb, another to uphold the light.
Oh, I just saw one that's gonna make people cringe.
Yes.
What is a good D&D joke?
Thaco!
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
I just found a D&D bar generator.
Oh
Generate a
god.
joke or generate an insult.
Okay. We actually got a legit question from Bat Duck. So.
Thank you, Bad Duck.
Thanks, Bad Duck.
Okay. Oh, okay. We've got a couple of questions now. So Bat Duck would like to know, well, basically he said you can choose the class. So I'm going to shorten the question to, what is your favorite starting weapon?
Great sword. I don't even care what class I'm playing. I just love it.
Being a gnome rogue and...
When I was originally putting together the idea of Bo, I originally wanted her to be a halfling walking around with a giant-ass greatsword.
Oh my gosh.
I just couldn't quite make it work with the strength penalty, though, so that's why I had to switch her to very short human.
Once played a set of brothers. Me and a friend played a set of brothers, kobolds, and the other one was a barbarian, and he had a great axe, but it wasn't. It was a regular axe, and he just called it a great axe because it looked like a great axe when he was holding it.
It was an okay axe.
It was an okay axe. Favorite starting weapon. I don't make decisions. I don't know why I answer questions. Typically quarterstaff
Same.
or a dagger.
Yeah.
I like it.
All my characters always have the maximum number of daggers they're allowed to have, even if they're a spellcaster.
I have 12 daggers.
Yes.
Long sword and shield.
Oh yeah, longsword and shield.
Yeah, the 12 daggers was definitely a reference to my character, Evie,
Yeah.
who literally like is about to buy a bandolier to hold all of her daggers. She's like, I have 2 regular daggers, 2 silver daggers, 2 masterwork daggers. And then she just keeps them all like in a bag.
I'm just saying, give up the bow and arrow and just switch to daggers.
Switch into daggers, man. She's
Yep.
so bad with a bow. I take it for almost every character I play, and yet I've never had a character this bad with a bow, ever. And it's not because of, like, at first, so anybody who's seen the stream knows, like, Evie is just bad with a bow, and yet it has nothing to do with her stats. Her stats, for all intents and purposes, should be really good with a bow. It's the dice. The dice are just like, you rolled a 7, you rolled a 4, you rolled a 6. It's like, thanks dice, thanks a lot.
Cool.
Yeah.
But then you got in the fight with the Spider King, and like then I think you like got really tired of the bow, and that's when the daggers came out.
Yeah.
And then she started wrecking stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fact.
Like, all right, poke. You get a poke. You get a poke. It's like Oprah in there.
I like throwing weapons, like from a visual standpoint, like imagining a battle and like imagining the cool stuff that your character can do in the battle and like thinking about it cinematically. There's a lot to be said for switching to a thrown weapon when even if you all right. So was in a combat situation like a couple of episodes ago, and my character is a druid Barian, and he has a big flaming axe. But I was not in range of the bad guy that we were fighting at the time, and technically I wasn't even within throwing range. But there's something to be said for your character just being like, I'm so angry that I can't hit you that I'm gonna throw my stuff at you anyways from back here. And I don't know, y'all, like it was very satisfying.
I picture that being just like a petulant 6-year-old who's just so mad they just throw their toys.
Well, I mean, he's a big angry orc.
He has big toys.
Also, he's not a druid Barian. He's a barbarian.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh my god. I'm done. Why do I even do this? Why do I even do this? That pun's been sitting in front of me the whole time. Ugh.
Yeah, I've told it to you like 7 times.
Well,
Giving you the jokes, man, and you're
I'm
doing
a
nothing.
bad friend, and I don't do jokes.
So I had to play a survivor. Didn't have to. Had to. I was playing in a survival game one time, real gritty D&D survival, and I needed to have components or make a druidic focus. So in my Googles, I discovered that you can have a scepter as a druidic focus, and if it doesn't really make sense for me to have a quarterstaff based on the setting, I have a scepter. Because you can just have them. Like, made of wood, and it's a scepter, and then I shillelagh it, and I just hit you on the head. Oh, it's beautiful.
My answer is going to be the javelin.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Mostly because everybody likes to miss with a javelin and somehow always injures a child. It's always a child.
Oh
Oh
no!
no!
Oh no, little
Children
Timmy,
shouldn't be
no!
running around at javelin level.
Yeah. Why are they out where fights are happening? They should have run away by now.
Exactly. It's on their parents, really.
Yeah.
It's not your fault, man.
That kid was too stupid to live. It's fine.
Kid got no good home training. He's just out there in the field.
He was
with a
trying to
javelin
catch
in the
it.
eye.
No. And he did
Failed the
catch
deck
it, just
save.
not how he planned.
Oh.
Okay.
We spiraled.
All right, let's see. There was one other question that came in, and this will be a good one to wrap it up and for the last question of the night. So this question came in from Jason C. And the question is, what is your favorite non-magical piece of equipment?
A bag of 100 ball bearings.
Yep. That's
It
yeah.
may it. I haven't actually had a character that played with them, but the concept of it is just bonkers, and I love it.
It's a lot of fun. I played an artificer and what is it? Magic Stone, I think is what it's called, where you get to enchant them and turn them into weapons that deal like 1d6 damage or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then you mix that with grease and then you set everything on fire and it's better than Fireball.
Yeah.
Okay. Notebook. I need to write this down.
Don't worry, the VOD will be
Tim,
up
we're
on
gonna
Twitch
talk
for
later.
2 weeks, so you can go back if you don't get it all.
And then it goes into Ears Editions on
Yep,
all your
it goes into
podcasting
Ears Edition
platforms.
and on YouTube. So
Y'all thought I was
Favorite
joking. I'm
magical?
really writing this down.
Non-magical. 50 feet of hempen rope.
Yeah,
No
I'm
matter
with-
what game I'm playing, I always have rope. And no matter where we go, I always buy rope because you gotta have rope because who knows what you need rope for.
Exactly. I'm with
Exactly.
Jim on that rope
Yeah.
all the way.
me too.
Somewhere in starting equipment, I got silken rope one time, and I was like, "This is
This is different. I don't like it.
This feels
Is-
weird when I sleep.
I don't think this is the kind. I don't think this is the kind of. Never mind. That was going to be a really inappropriate joke. Y'all got it. It's good.
We all knew where you were going.
Just write that into your backstory somehow. Torch. I'm gonna light something on fire. You can light rope on fire. You can light arrows on fire. It's great.
Jason put in the chat grappling hook, and I gotta say, grappling hook, that's a real solid piece of non-magical equipment. Also, lots of cool roleplay stuff. Also, I mean, come on, how cool are you if you're that one like swinging the grappling hook, right? You're like,
But for that, you need a rope.
you do need a rope for that. You are absolutely right. If you have 50 feet of hempen rope, you can hook it to that grappling hook, and you can climb places and look super cool doing it.
Right until I light that rope on fire.
Well, grappling hook you can just use as an improvised weapon once, so why not?
Yeah.
As you throw it around.
Not if you have a rope, because then you can bring it back.
And you can
I
bring
see.
it back. That's right.
Or attach it to a boomerang. That was
Yeah.
a joke. Bad
No,
joke.
I got it. I instantly went Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I was like, "Yep, the boomerang
Boomerang.
always comes back. Always comes back."
And now I have that song that came out in the 90s stuck in my head. Blues Traveler.
Oh, the hook, yeah.
The hook.
Yeah. It brings you back.
It does. I
Oh,
ain't telling
Max
you no
Springer
lie.
Okay, but Jason also put in the chat squirting wineskin, and I don't know what that is.
I have
I
questions.
need it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
also have questions. I need it though.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we are just about at the time that we need to start wrapping up. So here's what we're gonna do, and I have figured out a way to wrap in what we were talking about during the break. So, going in reverse order, I want you to remind everybody of who you are and where we can find you around the internet and anything going on that you'd like to promote. And also, I would like you to roll a D100, and we will pick you an item from the trinket table. So we are going to start with Dan.
So, funnily enough, I rolled a 100.
Oh! So the 100 is a metal urn containing the ashes of a hero. That's your trinket going forward.
Great. I will make sure to carry that with me always, and I'll make sure to get one from my desk at work as a conversation starter.
There you go.
I'll make sure to get a little thing. So I'm Dan. You can find me on Twitter at caffeinated_Dan. A website is creatorsassemble.org. We are a nonprofit that teaches and encourages with pop culture. We're going to be putting out a educator's toolkit on the use of graphic novels and comic books in classrooms, after school programs, things like that. We're working on a TTRPG one for the use of role-playing games in schools and all that good stuff. So quick start guides, teacher resources, things like that. We also do live streams over on our Twitch channel. We do one-shots and we do interviews with some folks in the TTRPG community, and there is so much more that we do. So I recommend checking out our website where you can get a lot of information, or hit me up on Twitter and I'm more than happy to answer all your questions.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It's been great getting to know you a little bit, and hopefully we can have you back again in the future. And next we'll go to Nicola.
All right, I rolled a 25.
25. A 25 is a tiny silver icon of a raven.
I love this. It is my favorite.
There you go.
Okay, I am Nekla the Druid. You find me on Twitter at that. I do a whole bunch of projects. You should go to my link tree and check them all out. I'm going to spend all my time talking about the podcast awards. So Backwater Bastards is in the running to be nominated for the 16th annual podcast awards in the categories of the Adam Curry People's Choice Award and Games and Hobbies. So hop on over to podcastawards.com. You have to create an account. And that's just for like validation and stuff. And then go nominate us, and then go like look at the other categories, because there's a lot of categories, and I saw like people that I know and I nominated them, like Snyder's Return is in there. But more importantly, go pick the Backwater Bastards. Podcastawards.com. Thank you. We're on all of your podcasting platforms. If you haven't listened to us, we're worth it. Anyways. So, my link tree has all my stuff that I do, though. That's fun.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming back and hanging out for a little bit. And next we'll go to Katie.
Hey, I'm Katie Machen, and I rolled a 33.
33. A glass vial filled with nail clippings.
Nice. Just what I always wanted.
I knew you did.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, y'all can find me under... Yeah. Y'all can find me under Katie Machen at Instagram and at the Twitters. It's what the youths are using these days. There'll mostly be a lot of pictures of Shiba Inus and random D&D memes. So, I feel like it's a great time. You can also come hang out with we're doing when we play Jackbox games before the stream. And yeah, every Wednesday I'm part of the 50 Shades of Crimson Quest. And I have 2 Shiba Inus.
And they're super cute. Well, Katie, I'm glad you got to come and hang out and show off your Shiba Inus.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's always a great time.
I know. I need to have you back more often. Jim.
I'm Jim the Dim. There's underscores in between those. It's mostly everything that I'm on is that, because branding is important. Fairly soon, I think I'm going to be rebranding so that it's going to be my husband and I doing a whole bunch of stuff together, including I'm trying to get him to learn a couple of systems so that I don't have to. And that's all going to be really fun and whatnot. I rolled an 18.
18. A 1 pound egg with a bright red shell. There you go.
I'll use it to make the gummy bear omelet or gummy bear taco.
That's a red panda egg.
Oh gosh. Doug.
Yeah, I rolled a 78.
78. I gotta scroll way down for that one. Let's see.
All right.
78. An ornate scabbard that fits no blade you have found so far.
Oh my god, it's so annoying too, but I did find a spoon that fits in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. So I'm Doug. You can find me as Doug GBQ on Twitter, which is everything. And also, for real, y'all, if y'all want me to read you some poetry and give me some money for it, I am absolutely down. And if you would like for me to read you some poetry and not give me money for it, well, ask real sweet, and it'll probably happen too. So I look forward to hearing from some of y'all on that.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for coming to hang out tonight. I super appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun getting to chat with you guys. I am Gamer Mom Luna. I rolled a 48, which is a glass orb filled with water in which swims a clockwork goldfish. So there you go.
Okay, that's pretty sweet.
Right?
That's the best of the lot.
I'm gonna have some fun with that. You can find Tales from the Tavern here every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. We are back with a different group of people every week, so no two conversations ever go the same way. It's always a lot of fun. You can also find us live on Tuesday nights, also at 8 p.m. Eastern, with our Star Wars campaign, Ripples in the Gray, not 50 Shades of Crimson. That one's on Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Y'all.
And so we have those 3 streams a week. We also put all of our content on YouTube and release it in Ears Edition format. So we will be doing that. If you missed any part of this conversation, you can find us on YouTube, or you can look for us wherever you get your podcasts. So I was trying to figure out who we were going to raid, but I think that a nice chill way to ease into our week would be if we go visit our friends over at Turtles and Chill.
Yes,
So,
Turtles and Chill.
We are going to go say hello to them, and if you are not familiar with Turtles and Chill, drop them a follow. They are a 24/7 tank of raid. They're a 24/7 tank of turtles and fish and all kinds of stuff. A really amazing community over there. And we will see you all again in a week. Have a great night.